game 9-2, and Post 22 winning the second game 8-5. And they will try to wrap this one up with a series winner coming out of it. The Troopers looking to win this one here today. Much better uniform matchup as well today. We got Troopers in their baby blues with the white pants, and today the Post 22 will be wearing red tops with the white pants. Yesterday we were struggling with the royal blue and navy blue combo. It was not the greatest thing on the eyes. But today, it's looking a lot better. Make sure you're tuning into us here on SheridanMedia.com and Sheridan Media Facebook and YouTube pages. Tell everybody, tell your friends or family that love to watch baseball or have family members of the teammates. They can be watching this live on SheridanMedia.com and on the YouTube and Facebook pages as well. Starting things off for the Troopers, they'll be out in the field. I'll give you their defensive assignments right now. Cash Kula is going to start on the mound here in this first game today. Well, our only game here today, not a doubleheader. It's just one game, so Cash Kula will start things off. Will Greer will be behind home plate. At first base will be Ethan Eris. At second base is Griff Switzenberg. Third base will be Ty Leach. At shortstop, Tanner Hamrick. In left field is Gunnar Lamb. Center field, Avin Barney. We missed out on him yesterday, but he's back in the lineup here today. And in right field is Aaron Bowers. It's the defensive assignments for the Sheridan Troopers. And Post 22, their lineup will go like this. Tayton Giddings will start things off at the top of the order. Then Ben Hassett, followed by Grady Barclay, Hadley Burris, Trevor Schlosser, Paxton Fisher, Easton Tesh, Reese Palmer, and then Luke Hanslick. We'll round things off as we're just about ready to go here. Thank you again for joining us here this morning. And the first pitch from Cash is going to be popped up sky high, shallow right center field. Avin Barney going to charge in from center field and make the play. So one pitch for Cash Kula and one out in the scorebook. Kind of as good of a start as you can ask for. Again, our scoreboard is having some technical difficulties, at least here at the field. We'll have the scoreboard on our stream, obviously, but if I get caught up with a couple of the counts, I do apologize, but the scoreboard is down for the count here today. First pitch from Kula to Ben Hassett is a little low and inside for ball one. Ben Hassett, a lefty. Big theme of the day yesterday between both of these teams in both of the games was the 9-hole hitters, as Hassett watches strike one there on the outside corner. 9-hole hitters for both of these teams yesterday were basically the leadoff men. Gage Rogers had a good day from the 9-hole spot in that second game. He had a triple, a single, and a walk. As Hassett sees the 1-1 here, swings and misses at it for strike two. And then the 9-hole hitter in the second game before Post 22 was Easton Tesh. He had two singles himself and a double, so he was 3 for 4 in that second game. As the 1-2 from Cash is fouled off, so it'll stay 1-2. And then in the first game, Easton Tesh, the 9-hole hitter for Post 22, got hit by a pitch. He walked and he doubled. And Gage Rogers walked and came around to score as well. So the 9-hole hitters were the de facto leadoff men, if you will, for both of these teams in that doubleheader yesterday. And the 1-2, once again, a little low inside for ball two to make it a 2-2 count. Ben Hassett playing right field here today. And the 2-2 is popped third base side. It's in foul territory. Is it playable? No, it's going to get out of play over the fence, so it'll stay a 2-2 count. Cash Kula on the mound here for the Troopers. It'll be Brody Lee on the mound for Post 22 on their side of things. So 2-2 count once again. Here it comes from Kula. He bounced back up the middle, popped off of the glove of Kula, and fielded cleanly by Griff Switzenberg. And the throw over to first is in time. Some good reactionary defense there by Switzenberg as he had to play it off the deflection a little bit from Kula. And that will bring up Grady Barclay, 3-hole hitter. He had a big second game yesterday. He went 3 for 3. Came around to score 3 times as well. First pitch he sees here is outside for ball one. 1-0 here to Barclay. Outside. Make it a 2-0 count. And Barclay only had one hit in the first game yesterday, but in the second game he had a single, a double, and another single, and then a hit by pitch. He reached third, at least third, on all of his at-bats. He swings and misses at one here to make it a 2-1 count. Reached third in at least all of his plate appearances, but came around to score on 3 of 4 of his at-bats. He was a thorn in the side of the Troopers in that second game. Here comes the 2-1. That one's foul tipped into the glove of Greer behind home plate, so that'll make it a 2-2 count. Cash looking to go 1-2-3 to start this game off. Here comes the 2-2. That one's going to be outside. And Barclay will work a full count. Three-two count. Here it comes from Kula. That one's going to be low and away. And Barclay is on base once again. She works a walk. That's going to bring up Hadley Burris. Barclay has reached safely now in 5 straight plate appearances, going back to yesterday's game. So it continues for Barclay. Hadley Burris at the plate now, cleanup man for post 22. First pitch to Burris. Catches that outside corner to the righty for strike one. Burris had a couple of walks and an RBI double in the second game yesterday. As he watches ball one, that's high and outside there. And in the first game, he did not reach. He's 0 for 3. The 1-1 is in there. Breaking ball that caught the bottom of the zone to make it a 1-2 count. That was kind of the story yesterday as well. The lineup for post 22 really started picking things up in the second game. One-two count here, and it hits Hadley Burris. So a hit by pitch gets Hadley on base as well, and that'll move Grady Barclay over to second. And that's going to bring up Trevor Schlosser. He's playing DH here, or DHing for post 22 in this game here today. Runners on first and second. 2 down in the inning. First pitch from Kula outside for ball one. The 1-0-2 Schlosser. And we're going to get time, actually, before the pitch comes in. Schlosser had the back-breaking double, if you will, for post 22. Had a 3-run double, cleared the bases in the top of the 6th. Really broke things open and made it an 8-5 ball game, which is where it ended in that second game yesterday. Here comes the 1-0. That one is in there for strike one. He has an opportunity here with 2 runners on first and second, to do some damage once again. Walked a couple of times in the first game as well. And pickoff move over to second base. Back in time, though, is Barclay. And the pitch is high and outside. It looked like it was more of a pitch out. Will Greer throws down to second base, but Barclay's back in time, no problem. That'll make it a 2-1 count. So the 2-1 here to Schlosser. Catches that outside corner for strike 2. So Kula gets it into a 2-2 count. Schlosser watched that one on the outside corner. Righty. Post 22 does have a couple of lefties in their lineup. And the 2-2 from Kula, here it comes. Popped. It's going to be on the infield. Griff Switzenberg going to camp under it and make the play for out number 3. So Post 22 leaves 2 on. They get none across. We head into the bottom half of the first inning. Tied 0-0. You're watching Trooper Baseball here on SheridanMedia.com and the Sheridan Media YouTube and Facebook pages.
Living on campus at Sheridan College is now more affordable than ever. With the Bighorn Mountain Tuition Advantage, you could save thousands over a 2-year degree. Enjoy the full college experience while paying less. Live just steps from class, build lifelong connections, and focus on your future. See how affordable Sheridan College really is at sheridan.edu/bighorn or apply today at sheridan.edu or call 307-675-0505. Don't miss out. Your future starts here.
In a world full of pipes, they existed for over 100 years, getting to the source of humanity's plumbing problems. Now, in a toilet somewhere in the city, a terrible evil has been released. One man, one mission, one chance, and this time, it's for real. For showtimes and plumbing, call A+ Plumbers and Appliance Repair, 672-9454.
Hi, I'm County Commissioner Christy Haswell, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
We head into the bottom half of the first inning. Head into the bottom half of the first inning. Triples will come to the plate. Still tie game, 0-0. Go through the lineup here for you. Will Greer will lead things off, followed by Gunnar Lamb. Then Tanner Hamrick batting third. Avin Barney batting cleanup. Ethan Harris batting fifth. Griff Switzenberg batting sixth. Ty Leach batting seventh. Cash Kula batting eighth. And rounding things out in the 9-hole spot will be Aaron Bowers. Defensively for Post 22, pitching on the mound will be Brody Lee. Behind home plate will be Reese Palmer. At first base will be Paxton Fisher. Second base, Easton Tesh. At third base, it will be Hadley Burris. Shortstop, Grady Barclay. In left field, it's Tayton Giddings. In center field, it is Luke Hanslick. And then in right field, Ben Hassett. That is how it will look for Post 22 and the Troopers. Will Greer going to lead things off here. He led off yesterday as well. In the second game, he walked and singled, came around to score both times. He was officially 2 for 4 in that second game. In the first game, he walked and had a 2 RBI double as well. He was 2 for 3. He laid down a sac bunt as well, so no official plate appearance on that one. So we are ready to go here. Brody Lee on the mound. First pitch here to Greer is inside to the right-hander for ball 1. Probably the hitter of the day for the Troopers, both games, was the man sitting on deck, Gunnar Lamb. So Will Greer hits one hard, first base side. It's going to roll foul. Gunnar Lamb had a very productive day, especially in that first game. Here comes the 1-1 to Greer. He's going to pop that one up first base side, and it's going to get out of play. We have a 1-2 count to Greer. Here comes the 1-2 from Lee. That one's going to be high and away. That'll make it a 2-2 count. And the 2-2, we're going to get time actually before Will Greer calls time there. Now Brody Lee ready to go, comes set. The 2-2, here it comes. That one gets Greer right in the butt. Wear that one on his butt, and he'll go to first base. Gunnar Lamb going to come to the plate. And as I was saying, Lamb had a good day. In the second game, he had a single, came around to score, and he walked. He was officially 1 for 3. But in the first game, he had a double, 2 singles, came around to score twice as well. He was 3 for 4 in that game. Definitely the most consistent bat. He swings the first pitch he sees here, and going to head a little dribbler towards the shortstop, fields it cleanly, and gets the out over at first for out number 1. That's going to bring up Tanner Hamrick. Hamrick in the second game, RBI single, couple of walks. And in the first game, he had 2 singles, 1 RBI single, came around to score twice, and reached on a hit by pitch as well. First pitch to Hamrick is drilled into left field. Left fielder's going to have to keep going back, and it's going to go off the top of the wall. And Will Greer is going to come around third. He's going to score easily, and it's going to be an RBI double for Tanner Hamrick. Good base running there by Will Greer. He was on second after the ground out from Lamb. And once he saw that ball was hit, he was basically all the way down at third base and just watched it hit off the wall and then came around to score. So an RBI double. Bring up Avon Barney. Barney was not in yesterday. I don't think he was at the field yesterday, actually. So this is his first plate appearance of the weekend. We got a runner on second with Hamrick. And it's a 1-0 lead for the Troop. First pitch here to Barney. Here it comes. Called strike on the outside corner to Barney. Barney, a lefty. Ambidextrous, if I'm not mistaken, too. I think he bats left and he throws right. As we're waiting on the signal here from Lee. And Lee taking his time. Here it comes. This one going to be singled into left field, hit hard. On the opposite field, that's going to score Hamrick easily as well. Barney's going to take the big turn. He's going to try to get over to second base, and he does so successfully. So it's back-to-back RBI doubles for the Troopers. And they lead 2-0 here. So 2-0 lead here for the Troopers. Going to bring up Ethan Harris. It's a good plate appearance, good first plate appearance there for Avon Barney. He'll take that, starting your weekend off with a RBI double. Harris, first pitch he sees is inside for ball 1. Harris played in that second game yesterday. Had a couple of singles, ground out and a strikeout, 2 for 4. Did not play in the first game yesterday. Only played in the second one. 1-0 to him here from Lee. Here it comes. That one's going to be inside as well for ball 2 to the right-hander. So a 2-0 count here to Harris. Lee really taking his time with the runners on second so far here today. Here comes the 2-0. That one swung on and missed by Harris. Good pitch there on the inside corner. We get a 2-1 count. Troopers lead 2-0 here in the bottom half of the first inning. And here comes the 2-1. Swung on and missed by Harris. Harris, that was a bailout swing as he got halfway through his swing. He knew he made the mistake, so that'll make it a 2-2 count nonetheless. One down in the inning here still for the Troopers. Only out so far was Gunnar Lamb on a ground out. Everybody else has reached safely so far. And the 2-2 swung on and missed. And Eris goes down on strikes for the second out in the inning. That's going to bring up Griff Switzenberg. And Switzenberg went 1-for-4 in that second game. Did have a single, came around to score. And in the first game, a lot more productive at the plate. A couple singles. As the first pitch he sees here is in there for strike one. He had an RBI single. Two singles total, one RBI single on a walk. Came around to score twice. He was 2 for 3 officially in that first game. And this one is going to be popped shallow center field. Center fielder camped under it, and he's going to make the play for out number 3. Troopers get 2 across. They leave 1 on. They lead 2-0 as we head into the top half of the second inning. You're listening to Trooper Baseball here on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO, and you're watching live on SheridanMedia.com and the Sheridan Media YouTube and Facebook pages.
Texting and driving. Texting and driving? Everyone knows there really is no and. You're either texting or you're driving. In other words, if you're typing or reading anything while you're behind the wheel, you're not paying attention and you're not in control of your vehicle. That's why law enforcement around the state is cracking down on distracted driving. Hey, Wyoming, let's put an end to texting and driving because we all know better. There is no and. This message was paid for by WYDOT.
Spring cleaning is a great thing to plan for, but what if that deep cleaning led to something even better?
Like a sold sign in your yard and top dollar in your pocket?
Exactly. Hi, this is Jill Bates with the Bates team at Best, and this time of year is a perfect opportunity to prep your home for the market.
And this is Colton Bates. Don't worry, you don't have to do it all alone. We help with everything, from our staging process and professional marketing to all of the coaching the entire process takes along the way.
So instead of just clearing out that clutter, why not get your home ready for the change you've been constantly thinking about?
Let's make this spring count. Call 675-BEST and visit bestwy.net today.
Wyoming Corporate Office is located at 30 North Gould Street in Sheridan, and they provide a myriad of services. What is a registered agent, you may ask? The real question is, what aren't they? Wyoming Corporate Office can assist you in forming your LLC or Wyoming-based corporation, provide mail forwarding service, and accept legal and financial documents, and so much more. Learn more today by visiting WyomingCorporateOffice.com.
Hi, this is Jeff Tomlinson with Stifel Financial, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
And welcome back here, Trooper Baseball. Cash Kula back on the mound, and first pitch he throws here in the second inning is going to be a little high and inside for ball 1 to Paxton Fisher. Paxton Fisher yesterday, as the 1-0 comes in, that one misses as well for ball 2. Fisher yesterday had a single, came around to score. He got hit by a pitch and came around to score as well. He also had an RBI sac fly in that second game. 2-0 here. That one's going to miss a little high as well for ball 3, so he works a 3-0 count here. In the first game, he pitched, but he did not come to the plate. As he watches the 3-0 there get over the plate for strike 1. Three 3-1 count. Here it comes from Kula. Swung on and missed by Fisher. So Kula battles back to make it a full count. Post 22 trailing 2-0 here in the top half of the second. Here comes the payoff pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3. So Kula goes down 3-0, battles back to a full count, and gets the strikeout on Fisher. It's going to bring up Easton Tesh. Tesh played catcher in both games yesterday. RBI single, he was that 9-hole hitter. One of the productive 9-hole hitters yesterday. First pitch he sees here is in there for strike one. He's batting out of the 7-hole in this game. But yesterday in that second game, he had a single, RBI single out of the 9-hole spot. Another single, and he had a double as well, so he's 3 for 4. As the 0-1 misses outside for ball one. And then in the first game yesterday, got hit by a pitch, walked, and had a double. As the 1-1 misses low for ball two. Tesh playing second base here today. Give him a little bit of a break from behind home plate. Did a pretty good job yesterday behind playing catcher. Comes the 2-1. That one's in there for strike two. And the 2-2, that one's going to be inside. No, they're going to call that strike three. That's going to bring up Reese Palmer. Reese Palmer catching here. I thought that was inside, but it's called strike three. Nonetheless, Reese Palmer coming to the plate here. First pitch he sees is fouled off first base side out of play. Reese Palmer. I believe this will be his first at-bat of the weekend. It will be, yes. First at-bat of the weekend here for Reese Palmer. So he watches strike two there. Oh, 2 count here to Palmer. And here it comes from Kula. That one bounced in front of home plate for ball one. Kula looking to get him to chase with the put-away pitch, but Palmer watches it for ball one. So 1-2 count here. Kula ready. As he steps off, actually. He's got 2 strikeouts here in the inning already. And now he's ready to go. Here comes the 1-2. Misses outside for ball one. Or ball two, excuse me. It's a 2-2 count. And here comes the 2-2. That one just misses a little bit outside. Pretty good pitch there. So Reese Palmer battles back, make it a 3-2 count. And here comes the payoff pitch. A little bit low and inside for ball four. So Reese Palmer works the 2-out walk. And that's going to break Luke Hanslick. Luke Hanslick was the leadoff man both games yesterday, but he did struggle quite a bit. He went 0 for 5 in that second game. And then in the first game, he went 1 for 4 with an RBI single in the 7th. That was his lone hit of the day. Batting out of the 9th spot here, he watches ball one outside. Looking to maybe get some of that 9-hole magic here that we saw yesterday. Again, be that de facto leadoff man out of the 9-hole spot, if you will. Here comes the 1-0. That one misses. It gets by Greer. That's going to allow Reese Palmer to move up to second base. So a 2-1 count. That one just kind of popped out of the glove of Will Greer. He initially thought he had it, but pops out of his glove, and now Palmer over at second base. And Hanslick has a runner in scoring position with a hitter's count at 2-0. And the 2-0, here it comes. In there, catches the outside corner for strike one to the righty. Tayton Giddings, the top of the order man waiting on deck. post 22, if it gets to that point. 2-1. Kula ready. And here it comes. And we're going to get a balk. Thinking that Kula stopped his motion, thinking that Luke Hanslick had called time. Because he was halfway through his motion, basically, before he just stopped throwing the ball. So that will be a balk every time. That allows Reese Palmer to move up to third, and here comes the 2-1. That one's in there for strike 2. Reese Palmer over on third, getting a big lead. Big lead. Here comes the 2-2. That one's hit hard into the hole between first and second base. That's going to allow Reese Palmer to come home and score easily for an RBI single from Hanslick. So the 9-hole spot again paying dividends. An RBI single from Hanslick. Getting a little bit of that 9-hole magic himself, Hanslick. Now Tatum Giddings going to come to the plate. He flew out on the first pitch he saw at the top of the first to start this game. Flew out to center field. Hanslick does have speed over there on first base as well, so we'll have to see if he's going. And he is going. It's a pickoff move. They have him in a rundown, and he's going to be out at second with no problem there. Get him on the pickoff move and the rundown, and that will end the inning. So we head into the bottom half of the second. Troopers leading 2-1 now. And we've got Ty Leach coming to the plate, 7, 8, 9 coming up for the Troopers. We're watching Trooper Baseball here on SheridanMedia.com and on the Sheridan Media YouTube and Facebook pages.
Doug, spring is finally here at Waring Chevrolet. Time to shake off winter and get my vehicle ready for road trips.
Bob, Waring Chevrolet is a full-service dealership. This means we can help with everything your vehicle needs.
Like new tires?
Oh, we've got you covered with the price match guarantee on top brand tires.
What if I need an oil change and a checkup before hitting the road?
Our expert service team will have your ride running like new in no time.
What about that unexpected fender bender?
Our collision center will fix it up like nothing ever happened.
Sales, service, tires, collision, and now vehicle detailing. 107 East Alger, online, WaringSheridan.com. Can't do them.
Are you ready to take the next step and start on your homeownership journey? First Northern Bank of Wyoming's mortgage experts are here to offer you the best options to fit your needs. This is Whitney Sweeney, and with our local knowledge and commitment to your financial well-being, we make buying your first home simple and convenient. Stop by our mortgage office at 36 North Gould Street or call 673-HOME to get started today. First Northern Bank of Wyoming, making homeownership a reality for 140 years. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 1124841.
If you have kids or dogs or both, the Sheridan Rec District invites you to the Extravaganza Easter Egg Hunt at Thorn Rider Park Saturday, April 19th, starting at 10 a.m. for the kids.
And it's by age. Yeah, you can't grab all the eggs.
Followed by the Hound Hunt at 11.
Easter Bunny will be there for pictures. The dogs will like that.
Thanks to Real Life Church for filling the eggs. See you Saturday, April 19th at Thorn Rider Park in Dan Medea Field. See more at SheridanRecreation.com.
This is Dr. Michelle Meehan, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
And welcome back to Trooper Baseball. Troopers leading 2-1 as we head into bottom half of the second inning. Ty Leach going to lead things off for the Troop here in this bottom half of the second, leading 2-1. Leach yesterday went 0 for 2 in the second game. And in the first game, an RBI single came around to score, laid down a sac bunt, and 2 strikeouts. First pitch to him here from Brody Lee is popped foul first base side, and it'll get out of play for strike 1. Leach was, the most impressive part of his day yesterday was his defense over at third base. He made a couple of really good plays at that third base spot. He has been a brick wall over there at third base so far this season. The 0-1 is fouled off as well, first base side out of play into the parking lot. Just quickly in an 0-2 count here. Oh, 2 here to Leach. And here it comes. pounded. Third base side, going to stay fair, going to be fielded cleanly, and then over to first in time for out number 1. So Ty Leach, third baseman, grounds out to the third baseman, and that's going to bring up Cash Kula. Cash Kula getting his first at-bat of the weekend. This is his first at-bat, first playing time of the weekend in general. And the first pitch here from Lee is swung on and missed by Kula for strike 1. We've got 3 straight strikes from Lee here to start this bottom half of the second off. Here comes the 0-1. Swung on and missed by Kula. So I got 4 straight strikes. Aaron Bowers waiting on deck. That 9-hole spot. And the 0-2 to Kula. Swung on, and little looping fly ball's going to land into the glove of the shortstop. More of a looping line drive. But right to Grady Barclay at short for out number 2. And Aaron Bowers going to come to the plate here for the Troop. Yesterday he had single in that second game. He was 1 for 3. And that is what he had going for first pitch. You see here, he lines into left field, but played perfectly by the left fielder, who makes the play for out number 3. Tayton Giddings out there making that play, and that will end the inning for the Troopers. As we head into the top half of the third, Troopers winning 2-1. You're watching Trooper Baseball on SheridanMedia.com and the Sheridan Media YouTube and Facebook pages.
In a place where honesty and hard work define us, there's a bank that's fully invested in Wyoming. The banks of Buffalo, Gillette, and Sheridan. We understand that business owners are the backbone of our communities. And whether you run a ranch, a restaurant, or a retail store, we're here to support you with a range of account options and personalized services without all the unexpected fees. Because when your business succeeds, our communities thrive. Visit buffalofed.bank for all your business banking needs. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Did you know ERA Carroll Realty manages rental properties? We currently own or manage 286 properties. From apartment complexes to homes with yards, we can help. It's also a great way for us to get to know each other. So when you're ready to take the next step and buy a home, we can help you prepare and even show you properties while you're still renting. ERA Carroll Realty, we're about more than real estate. We're about family, friendship, and community. See what we can do for you. Call us today at 672-8911.
This is Jamie Barkell with Sheridan Physical Therapy, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
And welcome back to Trooper Baseball. We head into the top half of the third inning. Troopers leading 2-1, and it'll be the top of the order coming up for post 22. Tayton Giddings, Ben Hassett, and then Grady Barclay for post 22. Cash Kula still on the mound for the Troopers as well. Troopers will bring up top of their order as well when we get to the bottom half of the third. We're just about ready to get underway here in this bottom half of, or top half of the third inning. Thank you for joining us as well. Greatly appreciate it. On a beautiful day here. It was a little bit cold once we got started, but it's really warmed up here in the last hour or so at Ernie Rodolini Field. A little cloud cover, but moving to our west. Got nothing coming from the east, it looks like. Beautiful day here in Sheridan. Tayton Giddings steps in. He's ready to go. Again, flew out in his first plate appearance in the first, as first pitch he sees goes behind him. 4-1. Cash looking like he was trying to get a hold of a breaking ball there, but did not snap it around. 1-0 here, and that one catches the outside corner for strike 1. So 1-1 count here to Giddings. And here it comes. That was a good breaking ball that broke back over the plate on the inside corner for strike 2. Cash done a pretty good job, pretty efficient after that first inning. He has given up 3 walks, but 2 of them came in the first. Pitch into strikes. Here comes the 1-2. That one is bounced right to Tanner Hamrick at short. Fields it cleanly. Throw over to first. We'll get Giddings in time for out number 1.
Up next, number 2, Ben Hassett.
That's going to bring up Ben Hassett. He grounded out to second in his first plate appearance. Hassett, one of the lefties. I believe Hassett's a lefty, and I think Easton Tesh is a lefty, if I'm not mistaken. First pitch Hassett sees is popped foul, third base side. They're going to give it a look, but it's going to get out of play. So an 0-1 count here to Hassett. And here it comes. That one outside for ball 1. Cash looks in. Here comes the 1-1. That one low and inside to the 2-hole hitter for ball 2. Give it a 2-1 count. Troopers leading 2-1. And here comes the 2-1. That one lined into right field, hit pretty well, but it's going to hold up easily for Aaron Bowers out there in right field, who makes the play. He was lined up perfectly. Makes the play for out number 2. That'll bring up Grady Bartlett. Grady Barclay. And he reached on a walk in the first, got to second, and was left stranded. And the first pitch here from Kula. Be a breaking ball that stays a little high for ball 1. Troopers got both their runs in the first. Post 22 got their lone run in the second as Barclay bounces that one foul. Troopers got their runs in the first from their leadoff men. And they'll be looking at their leadoff men here in the bottom half of the third. Try to duplicate that. Comes the 1-1. That one misses outside. So we get a 2-1 count. Here. And it's going to be bounced in front of home plate for ball 3. Barclay looking to work his second walk of the game. In the 3-1 count here. And here it comes. That one fouled off into the screen. Strike 2 to make it a full count. Barclay worked a full count in his first bat as well. So in the same spot here. Kula looking for a different outcome as Barclay walked that first time. And here comes the payoff pitch from Kula. And that one's going to be lined into right field. Aaron Bowers, again, going to be lined up in the perfect spot, and he's going to make the play for out number 3. Post 22 goes 1-2-3 to end the inning. At the top of the lineup coming up for the Troopers in the bottom half of the third. They lead 2-1. You're watching Trooper Baseball on SheridanMedia.com and the Sheridan Media YouTube and Facebook pages.
Oh boy, I can't think of anyone that doesn't like pizza, except maybe 1 or 2 finicky Italians. But for the rest of us, Farmers Co-op is cooking up new personal pan pizzas Monday through Saturday in the deli shop. Breakfast pizzas, pepperoni pizzas, combo pizzas, or just plain cheese pizzas. You can't go wrong at just $3.99 plus tax. Heck, at that price, you can try them all. Personal pan pizza at Farmers Co-op Convenience Store, owned by those they serve at 1450 Coffeen Avenue right here in Sheridan.
Loans can help people when they need money. Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union makes loans. So does that mean Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union helps people? You bet it does. That's what it's all about. When you're a credit union member, that means you're also an owner. And practically anyone in the Sheridan area can be a member.
by becoming a customer. At Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union, located at 141 South Gould, member NCUA, equal housing lender.
Hi, this is DJ Dearcorn of First Federal Bank and Trust, and you are listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
And welcome back to Trooper Baseball. Troopers leading 2-1 as we head into the bottom half of the third inning. Will Greer going to lead things off. He had a hit by pitch in the first, and he came around to score to start things off for the Troopers in the bottom half of the first. So he's officially 0 for 0 with a run scored. And the first pitch he sees here from Lee is inside for ball 1. One-0 count here. Here it comes. That one is in there for strike 1. Pretty good pitch there by Lee. Will Greer also pitched in that first game yesterday and put out a pretty good outing. 4 innings. Gave up 2 hits. He had 4 strikeouts. Only gave up 1 earned run. As he watches ball 2 there. Part of the big reason why the Troopers were able to hold him to just 2 runs overall in that first game and get the win 9-2. 2-1 count to him here. And here it comes. That one high and inside. Checks his swing. That'll make it a 3-1 count. Greer looking to increase that on-base percentage here with his second walk, possibly. Or his second reach safely, with no appearance, if you will. 3-1 count. Here it comes from Greer, or to Greer. It's going to be grounded to second base. Second baseman's going to field it cleanly. Tesh over there fields it cleanly. Throw over to first in time. Gets Greer for out number 1. That's going to bring up Gunnar Lamb. Again, he had a very good day at the plate yesterday, but he was also part of that first game's pitching performance. He went 3 innings after Greer came out. He gave up only 2 hits, walked 2, struck out 2, and only gave up 1 earned run as well. As part of his solid relief appearance. He's 0 for 1 here in this game today. First pitch he sees from Brody Lee is high and inside for ball 1. Grounded out to short in the first inning. And here comes the 1-0. That one called strike 1 on the inside corner. So 1-1 count to him. And here comes the 1-1. That one inside as well for ball 2. And here comes the 2-1 from Lee. That one will miss outside for ball 3. So Lamb worked into a good hitter's count here. 3-1. 2 straight 3-1 counts here for Lee. Got the ground out from Greer. Looking to avoid the walk. And here comes the 3-1. That one's going to be outside, so Lamb will work a walk. Another solid at-bat from the weekend here for Lamb. He's on once again. Tanner Hammer going to come to the plate. Had an RBI double in his first plate appearance here today. I would imagine he is more than likely in line to pitch today as well at some sort of relief point because we have not seen him this weekend. At least on the mound, anyways. He was also swinging first pitch, so we might see it here as well. And the first pitch he sees, watches for strike 1 on the outside. So Lamb over at first. And here comes the 0-1. That one's high and inside to Hamrick for ball 1. 1-1 count here to Hamrick. And here comes Lamb going. Swing and a miss by Hamrick. The throw down to second is not going to get to Lamb in time. And Lamb will have a stolen base. And Hamrick will have 1-2 count against him. But runner in scoring position now for him at second base. 2-1 lead for the Troop. Looking to extend it here if Hamrick can get a ball onto the outfield. Here comes the 1-2. That one's going to be inside for ball 2. Two-two count here to Hamrick. Runner on second. And we're going to get time from Hamrick. Again, Lee likes to really slow things down when there's a runner on second base. You can see a pretty discernible difference in his speed when it comes to coming to the plate between having nobody on and a runner on first and a runner on second. I mean, he really slows things down with the runner on second. As Hamrick will watch ball 3 there. That time Lee went pretty quickly. A little inaccurate. That'll make it a full count to Hamrick. As Lee comes set. Lamb still on second. Here comes the payoff pitch. And fouled back into the screen to keep it a 3-2 count. So 3-2 here again to Hamrick. Here it comes. That one going to be inside. It's going to get Hamrick, actually. Hit him in the elbow, but he's got the elbow guard on. He's going to get to first. The hit by pitch. That'll bring up Avin Barney. He had an RBI double himself as well back in the first. And again, in another RBI spot here with Lamb on second and Hamrick on first. One down in the inning. And the first pitch to Barney here misses a little outside for ball 1. (1-0) here to Barney. That one's going to be way inside for ball 2. So now Barney in a big-time hitters count. Again, this is only his second plate appearance of the weekend. He missed yesterday, both games yesterday. Might possibly see him on the mound here today as well at some point. 2-0 count to him here in the batter's box, and here comes. That one's in there from Lee for strike 1. Hamrick on first, Lamb on second. 2-1 lead for the Troopers. One down here in the bottom half of the third. Lee comes set. And here comes the 2-1. Foul tipped into the glove behind home plate of Reese Palmer for strike 2. Two-two count here to Barney, looking to just drop one into left field like he did at his first plate appearance. That'll score probably 1 with Lamb on second. And here comes the 2-2. Swung on and missed by Barney. That was a perfectly placed pitch by Lee. Outside corner, a little bit out of the zone. And Barney really could do nothing with it after he swung. Well, even if he did make contact, it was probably going to be a rollover ground ball. So they get Barney swinging for out number 2. Ethan Harris going to come to the plate. He did strike out swinging in his first plate appearance as well. 0 for 1 on the day. Runner still on first and second for the Troop. 2 down now here in the inning. First pitch Harris sees. It's going to be looped into right field. Right fielder going to camp under it and make the play for out number 3. So the Troopers do get 2 on, but they leave 2 stranded. We have into the top half of the 4th, and they lead 2-1. As we get 4, 5, 6 coming to the plate for Post 22. You're watching Trooper Baseball on SheridanMedia.com and the Sheridan Media YouTube and Facebook pages.
Planning a project that requires block, brick, or stone? You need to contact the folks at Thompson Master Masons. They have the largest selection of brick and stone in town and 39 years of experience behind their work. Chances are, if it can be done, they've done it. Let Thompson's help you choose the best application for your specific project, residential or commercial. Give Thompson Master Masons a call at 672-7971 or stop by their showroom at 135 East 11th Street.
Mossholders Design Center proudly supports our young student athletes in Sheridan County. Being a member of a successful team takes determination, a strong work ethic, and great leadership. It's those qualities that have defined Mossholders over the last 115 years in Sheridan. We're proud of the Mossholders legacy, and we're proud of our local athletes and coaches. Let the talented and hardworking staff at Mossholders help you with your next furniture purchase or design project. Mossholders wishes each and every team the best of luck this season.
Do you have family coming to town and not enough room in your home to accommodate them? Book them a room at the Candlewood Suites in Sheridan. They'll enjoy features like fully equipped kitchens that include a microwave, full-sized refrigerator, dishwasher, stovetop, even pots and pans, and free guest laundry. Did I mention the outstanding views of the Bighorns? Book your reservation with the Candlewood Suites and relax knowing they'll feel right at home. Call the Candlewood Suites 307-675-2100.
This is Jamie Barkell with Sheridan Physical Therapy, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
New pitcher on the mound here for the Troopers as we head into the top half of the 4th. Blaine Phillips going to be on the bump here.
Leading off the top of the 4th is number 14, Hadley Burris.
Hadley Burris going to lead things off here for Post 22, facing Blaine Phillips here first. Blaine Phillips also one of those ambidextrous guys. He throws right, bats left. Probably take over in the spot hitting for Cash Kula as well, but we'll see. First pitch he throws here is inside to Burris for ball 1. The 1-0 catches the inside corner for strike 1 to Burris. So 1-1 count here to Burris. Here it comes from Phillips. Misses outside to the righty for ball 2. Close the book on Cash Kula. Goes 3 innings, only gives up 1 hit. Does walk 2, and he hits 1 batter. Strikes out 2, and he only allows 1 earned run. 2-1 lead for the Troopers with Blaine Phillips on the mound now here. The 2-1 misses inside to Burris for ball 3. Burris works a full count. He reached on a hit by pitch back in the first. Here comes the 3-1. That one in there for strike 2. So full count here to the Post 22 third baseman. And here it comes. Chopped third base side. It's going to stay fair, rolls fair, goes just over the top of the bag at third base, and that will be a base hit as it gets into left field. Ty Leach had to play that kind of a weird hop as it looked. I think it may have hit the bag as well. It bounced kind of weird. So that'll be a single for Burris. That's going to bring up the DH, Trevor Schlosser. Popped out back in the first inning. He's 0 for 1. Post 22 gets their leadoff man on, and Schlosser watches strike one there from Phillips. Oh, 1 here to Schlosser. And here it comes. That one misses a little low for ball one. Burris over at first. Got a pretty good lead. And here comes the 1-1. That one's popped shallow center field. Not pretty deep in center field, actually. Avon Barnes is going to camp under it, though, and make the play for out number 1. I'm going to have to make a correction here. Avon Barney, not ambidextrous. Bats left, throws left. Phillips, I think the one I was thinking of, he bats left and throws right. So out there, going to bring up Paxton Fisher. First pitch that Fisher sees, he watches for strike one, runner going, and a perfect throw gets Hadley Burris over at second base. Burris got a really late jump there, and Will Greer guns him down for out number 2. So now bases are empty for Paxton Fisher. He's got an 0-1 count on him. I don't know if that was just a missed signal maybe. It's the 0-1 here. Breaking ball that misses a little high for ball 1. As Burris went really late, broke for second base really late. I don't know if that was supposed to be a hit and run maybe or something that Fisher just didn't swing at, but nonetheless, Troopers will benefit from it. With 2 outs in the inning here, nobody on. Fisher watches strike 2 there from Phillips. 1-2 pitch. Phillips ready to go. Here it comes. Swing and a miss, and that will end the inning as Fisher goes down swinging. They go down 1-2-3. We head into the bottom half of the 4th. There'll be 6, 7, 8 coming to the plate for the Troopers. They lead 2-1. You're watching Trooper Baseball on SheridanMedia.com and the Sheridan Media YouTube and Facebook pages.
Do you have family coming to town and not enough room in your home to accommodate them? Book them a room at the Candlewood Suites in Sheridan. They'll enjoy features like fully equipped kitchens that include a microwave, full-sized refrigerator, dishwasher, stovetop, even pots and pans, and free guest laundry. Did I mention the outstanding views of the Bighorns? Book your reservation with the Candlewood Suites and relax knowing they'll feel right at home. Call the Candlewood Suites 307-675-2100.
Discover 36 plus or minus acres of stunning land off of Tipperary Road. There are 2 parcels, but there's also an option to purchase the entire 70 plus or minus acres as a whole parcel and the possibility of adding more acreage. Don't miss out on this incredible property, great building views, and private settings. To schedule a tour, call me, Christy Kinghorn, with Buffalo Realty ERA Powered, 620-0037. Did you know ERA Carroll Realty manages rental properties? We currently own or manage 286 properties. From apartment complexes to homes with yards, we can help. It's also a great way for us to get to know each other. So when you're ready to take the next step and buy a home, we can help you prepare and even show you properties while you're still renting. ERA Carroll Realty, we're about more than real estate. We're about family, friendship, and community. See what we can do for you. Call us today at 672-8911.
Hi, this is Jeff Tomlinson with Stifel Financial, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
We head into the bottom half of the 4th inning. Troopers leading 2-1, and it's going to be Griff Switzenberg coming to the plate for the Troopers. 6, 7, 8 in the lineup. Switzenberg flew out to center field in his first plate appearance of the day. And the first one he sees here, he pulls, tries to bunt, and doesn't pull back in time. He does get hit. And he wears it basically right on the chest because he didn't pull back in time, at least according to home plate umpire Corey Hamrick. The rare, technically swinging strike that hits you. So squares around a bunt. He probably won't do that again as he watches ball one there. So it'll be a 1-1 count, an eventful 1-1 count here for Switzenberg. And here comes the 1-1. That one nearly hits him as well, but just misses him on the inside part of the plate. Make it a 2-1 count. Not often you see the hit by pitch strike. But it was there. He's still probably feeling the sting, and he's still got a swing as well. Here comes the 2-1. That one foul tipped into the glove for strike 2. So now a 2-2 count against Switzenberg. Ty Leach waiting on deck. And here comes the 2-2. That one's outside for ball 3. So Switzenberg works the full count from Brody Lee. Still pitching for post 22. Done a pretty good job here so far, apart from the first inning. Here comes the payoff pitch. That one catches the outside corner for called strike 3 against Switzenberg.
Up next, third baseman, number 5, Ty Leach.
And that's going to bring up Ty Leach. He grounded out to his fellow third baseman back in the second inning. So for 1. That is a painful, no pun intended, painful strike out there for Switzenberg. First pitch here to Leach is hit right back up the middle and going to get through for a base hit for Ty Leach. Good piece of hitting right there. Just sends it right back up the middle for a base knock. That will bring up Blaine Phillips, taking over Cash Kula's spot in the lineup.
Up next, Blaine Phillips.
Blaine Phillips. His first plate appearance of the day. First pitch he sees, he lines into right field and gonna just go foul. That would have rolled all the way down to the corner up against the wall if that would have stayed fair. Just hooked it foul though for a hard hit strike 1. Ty Leach over on first. Phillips yesterday, an 0 for 4 in the second game. And in the first game, he had an RBI double. Got hit by a pitch, because of course he did. And flew out and lined out. He was 1 for 3 in that second game, or in that first game, excuse me. Phillips been hit probably 9,000 times, it feels like, this season. Dude has been a magnet for the ball, unfortunately. And we're going to get time from him here. Again, Leach over on first. Again, his walk-up song, which I actually find really funny for Phillips. His walk-up song is Mini Men by 50 Cent. And 50 Cent made that song after he was a target of a hit where he got shot. And Blaine Phillips, very similar, been hit many times by many men. As he watches ball 1 there on the outside. So a very proper choice of walk-up song. One count to him here from Lee. And here it comes. That one's going to be line foul third base side this time. It's hit hard, just foul. Again, that's 2 straight. Or at least 2 in this plate appearance. That have been hit hard, just foul. Just got to straighten it out. That's how he's hitting the ball right now. He could probably bring Leach home if he could find a gap. Here comes the 1-2. Leach is going. It's going to be outside for ball 2. Leach sliding down, and he is going to be in there safely as the ball popped out of the shortstop's glove. So stolen base for Ty Leach. And it's a 2-2 count for Phillips. And the 2-2 here from Lee. Here it comes. That one's going to be way outside for ball 3. So Phillips works a full count himself. Second batter to work a full count here in this bottom half of the 4th. And here it comes from Lee. That one's going to be popped shallow left field. Going to be a tough play. It's going to drop for a base hit. Kind of falls into that no man's land. And Phillips is actually going to try to reach second. He does so successfully. Maybe the softest hit double that we'll see so far this season. But it is a double nonetheless, as it drops in that little triangle behind third base. And no one is able to get there. And Phillips was busting it out of the box, and he is rewarded with second base. So now runners on second and third. Leach moves up to third on the base hit. That's going to bring up Aaron Bowers. He flew out to left in his first plate appearance, and the infield is going to come in for post 22. Only one down here in the inning for the Troop. First pitch he sees here. Bowers watches it for ball 1. One-0 count here from Lee. Here comes to Bowers. And that one is going to be inside as well for ball 2. So another RBI situation for 9-hole hitter for the Troopers. It's been the theme of the weekend so far, is the 9-hole coming up big. Looking to do it again. Bowers, 2-0, watches it inside for ball 3. Gets away from the catcher a little bit, but everybody stays put. And it's a 3-0 count to Bowers. And he's going to get the take sign here from Austin Cowan. So this will be a take all the way here from Bowers, more than likely. 3-0 count. Here it comes, and it's going to be high for ball 4. So Bowers works a 4-pitch walk. He'll get on to load the bases for the top of the order. And Will Greer. And Greer so far today, he got hit by a pitch, came around to score in the first, and he grounded out to second in the third. And we're going to get a quick meeting on the mound. Here from Brody Lee, we do have a pitcher in the bullpen working for post 22. It's Reagan Koskin over there getting warmed up. See how much of a leash Brody Lee is given here. He's already gone 3 1/3, so I can't imagine it's a very long leash. Done pretty good so far here today, apart from the first inning. Gave up 2 runs, but other than that, Troopers' bats have been pretty quiet. But here they got bases loaded, 1 down, top of the order up with Will Greer. And the first pitch to Greer is going to be high and tight inside for ball 1. So 1-0 count here to the Trooper catcher. Bases loaded, nowhere to put them. And the 1-0, that one is going to be in there for strike 1. It's Leach on third, Phillips on second, and Bowers on first. 1-1 count here to Greer. And here it comes. That one fouled off into the netting for strike 2. The 1-2 count now to Greer. And here it comes. And a check swing. Greer goes. He decided quite literally the last second to try to take a hack at that. Comes up empty for strike 3. And that's going to bring up Gunnar Lamb. Good person you want to see if you're the Troopers coming up to the plate right here. He's been one of the hottest hitters of the weekend for the Troop. He's got a walk in this one. Did ground out to short in the first as well, so he's 0 for 1. Base is still loaded for the Troopers. 2 down in the inning now. And the first pitch to Lamb catches the outside corner for strike 1. On 1 count here to Lamb. Bowers on first, Phillips on second, Leach on third. 2-1 lead here, and here comes the 0-1. Swung on and missed by Lamb. So Brody Lee, after the meeting, after the walk from Bowers, got a meeting from the catcher, and he's been rock solid. Striking out Greer, and now in a 0-2 count against Lamb. And here comes the 0-2. That one high for ball 1. Should be a big escape for post 22 if they can get out of it here. One, 2 to Lamb. Here it comes. That one looped into shallow center field. Going to be a tough play. Play is made, though. A great diving catch from Luke Hanslick. And that robs the Troopers of at least 1 run, if not 2. And the Troopers will leave the bases loaded as we head into the top half of the 5th inning. It'll be 7, 8, 9 coming to the plate for post 22. 2-1 lead for the Troop. You're watching Trooper Baseball on SheridanMedia.com and the Sheridan Media YouTube and Facebook pages.
Spring cleaning is a great thing to plan for, but what if that deep cleaning led to something even better?
Like a sold sign in your yard and top dollar in your pocket?
Exactly. Hi, this is Jill Bates with the Bates team at Best, and this time of year is a perfect opportunity to prep your home for the market.
And this is Colton Bates. Don't worry, you don't have to do it all alone. We help with everything, from our staging process and professional marketing to all of the coaching the entire process takes along the way.
So instead of just clearing out that clutter, why not get your home ready for the change you've been constantly thinking about?
Let's make this spring count. Call 675-BEST and visit bestwy.net today.
Wyoming corporate office is located at 30 North Gould Street in Sheridan, and they provide a myriad of services. What is a registered agent, you may ask? The real question is, what aren't they? Wyoming corporate office can assist you in forming your LLC or Wyoming-based corporation, provide mail forwarding service, and accept legal and financial documents, and so much more. Learn more today by visiting WyomingCorporateOffice.com.
Tax season is here. What do you plan on doing with your tax return? Let 2025 be the year you invest in yourself by opening a certificate of deposit at Campco Federal Credit Union. We'll help you make the most of your tax return. You can open a certificate of deposit through your online banking portal, come in and connect with one of our financial partners, or call us today at 307-682-6105. We are ready to help you achieve your financial goals. Campco Federal Credit Union, member NCUA, and equal housing lender.
Hi, I'm County Commissioner Christy Haswell, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Troopers still lead here 2-1. They lead the bases juiced in that last half of the inning. As we head into the top half of the 5th, Easton Tesh going to come to the plate. Phillips still on the mound for the Troop. That was a half inning for the Troopers that they will want back anytime you leave the bases loaded. Not ideal. First pitch here to Tesh, though, from Phillips is in there for strike 1. But it took a nice diving play from Luke Hanslick in center field to prevent any runs coming across. That ball dropped. It was going to score at least one, if not two. The 0-1 there from Phillips misses for ball one. So 1-1 count here to Tesh. And here comes low and inside for ball two. Tesh struck out looking back in the second. He's 0 for 1. And the 2-1 fouled off. So that'll make it a 2-2 count. And the 2-2, here it comes. That one low. Bounced basically on top of the plate to make it a 3-2 count. So here comes the payoff pitch. Swung on, bounced at the plate. It's going to roll foul. And it'll keep it a full count here. Troopers got their 2 runs in the top of the bottom of the first. And then the lone run from post 22 came in the top of the second. And it's been nothing since then. Full pitch, full count once again. It's going to be high for ball 4. So that'll be a leadoff walk for post 22 to bring up Reese Palmer. Reese Palmer was the one that scored that lone run back in the second. He walked and then came around to score. Tesh on first. First pitch here is popped foul. It was a bunt attempt, but popped foul for strike 1. A 1 count here to the 8-hole hitter, Reese Palmer. Tesh over on first. And here it comes. Squares around once again. It's going to get behind Greer, though. So Tesh is going to move up to second base. And no bunt attempt needed as the runner moves up to second on the wild pitch. And it's now a 1-1 count to Palmer. So now a runner in scoring position for post 22. And we're going to get a balk called against Phillips. So another free bag here for post 22 as Tesh moves up on the balk to third base. And now no outs, runner on third. Reese Palmer looking at a 1-1 count. Infield comes in for the Troopers. Here comes the 1-1. Breaking ball. Catch the outside corner. Good pitch for strike 2. It's 2 balks we've seen in this game from Trooper pitchers. Both of them leading to third base. As that one swung on and missed by Reese Palmer. He goes down swinging. And that's going to bring up Luke Hanslick. He made the diving play to stop any runs to come across in the last half inning. He also has the RBI single that's given post 22 their lone run of the day. He's got an opportunity here as well with Tesh on third, 1 down in the inning. First pitch to Hanslick is high for ball 1. So 1-0 count here to the 9-hole hitter. Tayton Giddings, the leadoff man, waiting on deck. And here comes the 1-0. That one a little high and inside for ball 2. It's 2-0 count here to the 9-hole man. And the 2-0 is in there. Catches the outside corner for strike 1. And the 2-1, here it comes from Phillips. Swung on, bounced, third base side. It's going to be foul, though. So that'll make it a 2-2 count. Infield still in for the Troop. Trying to prevent any run to come across with Tesh over on third base. Outfield playing pretty shallow as well. Here comes the 2-2. That one fouled off. So it'll stay at 2-2 count. Two-one lead for the Troopers. Tying run over on third for post 22 here in the top of the fifth. And here comes the 2-2 once again. Breaking ball that didn't break all the way back down. And that will make it a full count to Hanslick. Three-two payoff pitch. Going to be popped sky high on the infield. It's going to be in foul territory. Aris over at first base is going to make the play for out number 2. So perfect pop-out situation there for Phillips as he gets the out. Now 2 down in the inning. Top of the order coming up for post 22, Tayton Giddings. He's 0 for 2 on the day with a fly out to center in the first and grounded out to short in the third. Runner still on third base for post 22. First pitch to Giddings, in there for strike 1 from Phillips. A 1 count here to Giddings. Here it comes. That one looped into right center field, shallow right field actually, and Aaron Bowers makes the play. So Troopers prevent any run coming across. If they get post 22 gets the runner to third base, but the Trooper defense locks down, keeps the lead 2-1 for them as we head into the bottom half of the fifth. We got 3, 4, 5 coming to the plate for the Troop. You're listening or watching Trooper Baseball here on SheridanMedia.com and the Sheridan Media YouTube and Facebook pages.
Hi, this is Nicole Christensen with First Bank of Wyoming. Making smart financial decisions for your future is important. That's why First Bank of Wyoming offers a large range of deposit products to meet your financial needs. Whether you're interested in CDs, savings, checking, or money market accounts, we'll make sure your finances are safe, secure, and FDIC insured up to the allowable limits. We also provide a variety of banking services such as online and mobile banking, bill pay, and more. Find financial security at First Bank of Wyoming. First Bank of Wyoming, division of Glacier Bank, member FDIC.
Loans can help people when they need money. Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union makes loans. So does that mean Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union helps people? You bet it does. That's what it's all about. When you're a credit union member, that means you're also an owner. And practically anyone in the Sheridan area can be a member by becoming a customer. At Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union, located at 141 South Gould, member NCUA, equal housing lender.
In a place where honesty and hard work define us, there's a bank that's fully invested in Wyoming. The banks of Buffalo, Gillette, and Sheridan. We understand that business owners are the backbone of our communities. And whether you run a ranch, a restaurant, or a retail store, we're here to support you with a range of account options and personalized services without all the unexpected fees. Because when your business succeeds, our communities thrive. Visit buffalofed.bank for all your business banking needs. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This is Dr. Dana Leroy with Leroy Family Dental, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
And welcome back to Trooper Baseball. Got a new pitcher on the mound for post 22. It's going to be Reagan Koskin on the mound as we get started here in the bottom half of the fifth. Tanner Hamrick going to come to the plate to lead things off. And to close the book here on Brody Lee for post 22, went 4 innings, gave up 2 earned runs on 4 hits, 2 walks, and 2 hit batsmen. He also had 4 strikeouts. He leaves the game Troopers leading 2-1. First pitch here to Hamrick from Koskin is low for ball 1. Hamrick has an RBI double back in the first, and got hit by a pitch in the third. So he's 1 for 1 with an RBI. Also came around to score as well, so 1 for 1 with an RBI and a run scored as he watches ball 2 there on the inside. The 2-0, here it comes. That one inside as well for ball 3. Hamrick going to lead things off, and he's in a 3-0 count here. And here comes the 3-0. That one in there for strike 1. And the 3-1, here it comes. That one's going to be inside as well, so Hamrick will work a leadoff walk. That's going to bring up Avin Barney. He had an RBI double himself back in the first, and he struck out swinging in the third. Tanner Hamrick's reached safely in all 3 of his plate appearances here today. Again, that RBI double in the first, and he got hit by a pitch in the third. Now a walk here in the 5th as he takes his lead over at first with Avin Barney at the plate. And the first pitch to the lefty is going to square around a bunt, tries to get one down, but fouls it off. So, bunt foul ball, making an 0-1 count to Barney. Trying to move Hamrick over to second base. Immediate pickoff move as Hamrick was getting his lead, but he's back safely. Now Barney ready to go. Koskin gets set. And squares around once again, pulls back this time on a pitch that's high and outside for ball 1. So 1-1 count here to Barney, the Trooper center fielder. And here comes that one outside for ball 2. One count here to Barney. Pickoff move over towards first, but Hamrick back in time once again. And here comes the 2-1. Swung on and missed by Barney. That was basically in the same exact spot he struck out on in his last plate appearance in terms of pitch location. Here comes the 1-2. That's going to be hit back up the middle, but not fielded cleanly initially. Bumped over to the second baseman. Shortstop had the initial play on it there, Grady Barclay, but he kind of botched it, and it bounced right into the hands of Easton Tesh at second base, who just steps on second base. That's the only option he has, so they can't get the double play, but they do get the force. That'll be a unconventional 6-4 fielder's choice. As Barney will reach over on first base. It's going to bring up Ethan Aris. And the first pitch he sees, he jams himself. It's popped up behind home plate. Tempted play by the catcher, but it drops safely foul for strike 1. So an 0-1 count on Aris. He is 0 for 2 on the day. Had a strikeout in the first, and he flew out to right field in the third. Pickoff move over towards Barney there, but he's there safely. 0-1 count to Eris. Here it comes. Barney going. It's going to be hit and run. Spiked right back into the ground, right in front of the pitcher. So Barney will be safe over at second base, but they get the out at first on Eris. So kind of a sacrifice, if you will, but technically it will go down as a 1-3 in the book. And that's going to bring up Griff Switzenberg. Switzenberg so far today flew out to center and he struck out. He's 0 for 2. 2 down in the inning here for the Troopers, and he watches strike 1 there over the outside part of the plate. Barney over on second base. 2-1 lead for the Troop here in the bottom half of the 5th. Here comes the 0-1 to Griff. That one catches the outside corner as well. 4 strike 2. The 0-2 here to Switzenberg. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. 4 strike 3. So the Troopers do get 1 on, but they leave him on. We head into the top half of the 6th. That'll be 2-3-4 in the lineup for Post 22. Troopers leading 2-1. You're watching Trooper Baseball on SheridanMedia.com, Sheridan Media Facebook, and YouTube pages.
There is no known cure for tinnitus, but we can help provide you with relief. Hi, I'm Dr. Addison Dempsey.
And I'm JT Kraft from EBA Hearing and Sound.
Linear is the first low-risk, non-invasive medical device of its kind that is clinically proven to relieve tinnitus and is FDA approved.
Starkey's brand new Edge AI hearing aids offer groundbreaking technology that powers the most capable hearing devices available, while also offering expanded tinnitus masking therapies.
Schedule today to determine what tinnitus treatment is right for you.
EBA Hearing and Sound, 674-8920. That's 674-8920.
Are you ready to take the next step and start on your homeownership journey? First Northern Bank of Wyoming's mortgage experts are here to offer you the best options to fit your needs. This is Whitney Sweeney, and with our local knowledge and commitment to your financial well-being, we make buying your first home simple and convenient. Stop by our mortgage office at 36 North Gould Street or call 673-HOME to get started today. First Northern Bank of Wyoming, making homeownership a reality for 140 years. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 1124841.
Need screen printed and embroidered items? Well, whatever you need, Kilpatrick Creations is the go-to local company for these types of items. If it's screen printed or stitched, we are the ones to help you. Give us a call first. We're here to help you and want to help you with your imprinted garment or accessory needs. We've been in the business and serving Sheridan County for over 20 years. We have the experience, talent, and selection of goods that allows us to help you promote your business, club, or event in the best, most affordable way possible. Come see Kilpatrick Creations for all your screen printed or embroidered needs.
This is Dr. Michelle Meehan, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Head into the top half of the 6th inning. Troopers still holding on to a 2-1 lead. 2-3-4 coming to the plate for Post 22. Ben Hassett going to lead things off, followed by Grady Barclay and then Hadley Burris. And the first pitch to Hassett here is going to be bounced in front of home plate for ball 1. Phillips still on the mound for the Troopers. The 1-0 here to Hassett. That one outside for ball 2. So quickly a hitter's count here to the Post 22 right fielder. 2-0 count here to him. He's going to bounce it right to Eris at first base. He's going to field it cleanly, just run over to the bag himself for out number 1. That's going to bring up Grady Barclay. Barclay walked back in the first, and he's flown out to right field, so he's 0 for 1 officially. Worked full counts in both of his plate appearances. First pitch here to Barclay. He's going to swing and miss at for strike 1. And Troopers holding on to a 2-1 lead. They got both the runs in the first inning. Haven't scored since then. And Post 22 got their lone run in the second. Haven't scored since then either, but there have been opportunities. Troopers left the bases loaded back in the fourth. And Post 22 in the fifth, they had a runner on third base with no outs, and they couldn't get him across. 0-1 here to Barclay. Misses low for ball one. So 1-1 count to the Post 22 shortstop. And here comes the 1-1. That one's hit pretty well into center field. Barney going to have to chase back. He's going to stop right in front of the warning track and make the play for out number 2.
Up next, number 14, Hadley Burris.
It's going to bring up Hadley Burris. Hadley Burris here so far today. Got hit by a pitch in the first and singled in the fourth. So he's 1 for 1. 2 down, nobody on here for Post 22. First pitch that Burris sees, he pops shallow right field. Griff Switzenberg going to get under it from the second base position and make the play. So Post 22 goes 1-2-3. As we head into the bottom half of the sixth, it'll be 7, 8, 9 coming to the plate for the Troopers. You're listening to, or watching, Trooper Baseball here on SheridanMedia.com and on the Sheridan Media YouTube and Facebook pages.
Texting and driving. Texting and driving? Everyone knows there really is no and. You're either texting or you're driving. In other words, if you're typing or reading anything while you're behind the wheel, you're not paying attention and you're not in control of your vehicle. That's why law enforcement around the state is cracking down on distracted driving. Hey, Wyoming, let's put an end to texting and driving because we all know better. There is no and. This message was paid for by WYDOT.
Attention business owners, would you like to get more from your checking account? Put your extra capital to work with a business checking account at Security State Bank. Find out how you can earn a competitive interest rate and save an entire year of service fees. Stop by your local Security State Bank branch in Sheridan, Basin, Gillette, Worland, or online at ssbwyo.bank. We're owned and operated right here in Wyoming. Don't wait, offer ends May 31st.
Branded 307 knows Wyoming weather is unpredictable. 1 minute it's snowing, the next you're in a t-shirt. And before you know it, warmer weather will be here to stay. If your roof took a hit from the last hailstorm and you still haven't had it inspected, now's the time to get on the schedule. The snow is starting to melt and spots are filling up fast. Come on down and check us out at the Home Show April 25th through the 27th at the Ramada Plaza. Visit us at branded307.com or call to book your free inspection. Branded 307, branding Wyoming, one home at a time.
Hi, this is DJ Dearcorn of First Federal Bank and Trust, and you are listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
And welcome back, Trooper Baseball. We head into the bottom half of the sixth inning. Ty Leach going to lead things off here for the Troop. He is 1 for 2 on the day, grounded out in the second, and he has a single back in the fourth and got stranded at third base. And the first pitch from Reagan Koskin, just a little high for ball one. One count here to Leach. Here it comes. That one finds his own for strike one. So 1-1 count here to the Trooper third baseman, and here it comes. That one just a little low and away for ball two to make it a 2-1 count. Leach, the Trooper third baseman. Followed by Blaine Phillips here waiting on deck as Leach pops one into shallow center field. Camped under by Luke Hanslick, and he will make the play for out number one.
Up next, number 16, Blaine
That's going to bring up Blaine Phillips. He had a double in the fourth, and that's been his lone plate appearance today as he came in for Cash Kula in relief. Blaine Phillips looking to get on base here once again if possible. First pitch he sees here. Swing and a miss for strike one. Again, it wasn't the hardest hit double we've ever seen. It was just put in the perfect spot behind third base in that little triangle of nowhere. And that one's going to be pounded into the dirt in between first and second base. A nice sliding stop by the second baseman and makes the play at first for out number 2.
Up next, number 13, Aaron Bowers.
That was a nice play there by Easton Tesh over at second base to get Phillips. Robbed him of a hit. It's going to bring up Aaron Bowers. He flew out to left field in the second, and he walked in the fourth. 0 for 1. And the first pitch he sees here is in there for strike one. Oh, 1 now. Here it comes to Bowers. That one popped, foul play. It's going to be out of play, though. So quickly, an 0-2 count to the Trooper 9-hole man. And here comes the 0-2 to Bowers. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So the Troopers go down 1-2-3 as well. We head into the top half of the 7th. Post 22 with their last chance here to try to tie things up. 5, 6, 7 coming to the plate. Troopers leading 2-1. You're watching Trooper Baseball on SheridanMedia.com and the Sheridan Media YouTube and Facebook pages.
Oh boy, I can't think of anyone that doesn't like pizza, except maybe 1 or 2 finicky Italians. But for the rest of us, Farmers Co-op is cooking up new personal pan pizzas Monday through Saturday in the deli shop. Breakfast pizzas, pepperoni pizzas, combo pizzas, or just plain cheese pizzas. You can't go wrong at just $3.99 plus tax. Heck, at that price, you can try them all. Personal pan pizza at Farmers Co-op Convenience Store, owned by those they serve at 1450 Coffeen Avenue right here in Sheridan.
In a world full of pipes, they existed for over 100 years, getting to the source of humanity's plumbing problems. Now, in a toilet somewhere in the city, a terrible evil has been released. One man, one mission, one chance, and this time, it's for real. For showtimes and plumbing, call A+ Plumbers and Appliance Repair, 672-9454.
Hi, this is DJ Dearcorn of First Federal Bank and Trust, and you are listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Troopers looking to wrap this one up here in the top half of the 7th. Blaine Phillips will stay on the mound. And he'll face 5, 6, 7 in the order to try to close this one out, holding on to a 2-1 lead for the Troopers. Trevor Schlosser will lead things off. He's 0 for 2 here today, but he did have the big double yesterday that broke things open for Post 22, snapped the tie game. In the top of the 6th, there's a 3-run double to give Post 22 the lead that they held on to. But again, nothing so far here today for Schlosser. First pitch he sees from Phillips is low and away for ball 1. Again, the series splits 1-1 here so far. Split the doubleheader yesterday. This is the game-deciding series, game decider of the series, as Schlosser watches strike 1 there. Phillips done a very good job in relief here so far. And here comes the 1-1. That one low as well, low and away for ball 2 to the Post 22 DH. And here comes the 2-1. That one misses as well, a little low and away again for ball 3. So, in a hitter's count here for Schlosser. And here comes the 3-1 in there for strike 2. That'll make it a full count for Phillips. And the payoff pitch in there for strike 3. Caught the inside corner. Schlosser thought it was inside. He started walking down to first base, but called strike 3. And that's going to bring up Paxton Fisher. And Fisher has not been great with the bat so far today. He's got 2 strikeouts, 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. First pitch he sees from Phillips here is a little low and away, or no, called strike 1, excuse me. Got the outside corner. So an 0-1 count to him here. And here it comes. That one a little high for ball 1. One count to him. And here it comes. That one lined into right center field. Going to be shallow, and Bauer's going to be able to camp under it to make the play. More popped into right center field than a liner. And Bowers is able to make the play pretty easily. So 2 down in the inning. Post 22 down to their last out. Troopers with a 2-1 lead. And Easton Tesh going to come to the plate. First pitch he sees here. In there for strike 1. Phillips nails so far. Throwing lots of strikes. Tesh has a strikeout and a walk in this one. Here comes the 0-1 to him here. That one a little high for ball 1. One count. Here it comes. That one a little high for ball 2. Easton Tesh, the nephew of John Tesh. Not really, just made that up. 2-1 count. Here it comes. Line foul, first base side, out of play. Be cool if he was related to John Tesh. Made the legendary NBC basketball theme song. Two count here to Easton. Here it comes. And that one fouled off once again. Good battle here by Easton. Second baseman here for post 22. Played catcher all day yesterday, both games. And here comes the 2-2. That one popped sky high, shallow right field. And Switzenberg going to camp over it, and he will make the play for out number 3. And that will be how this one ends as the Troopers win 2-1. And that is how this series will end. Troopers take 2 away from post 22. They win the first one 9-2. They lose the second one 8-5. And then the Troopers win the last one here today, the third one 2-1. So a fun competitive series here this weekend from both of these teams. And Troopers will walk away with a 2-1 victory in the series. And they will be back, I believe, next weekend. I don't know if we'll have those games, but I'll double check. We do have more soccer coming your way next week with the Bronx playing on Tuesday, and I believe we have a couple more soccer games on Friday and Saturday as well, but I'll have to double check that. I have not been able to look at the calendar recently, but I do know we have soccer next week on Tuesday at the very least. We'll be streaming live for you here on SheridanMedia.com as well as on the Sheridan Media Facebook page and YouTube channel as well, so keep an eye on that. We'll keep you updated as the week goes along as well, but that will wrap things up from me here this weekend. I've been James Timberlake. Grant Urey helping out with the cameras, big thanks to him, and Coleman Hanchett yesterday as well, big thank you to him. We'll be back with more streaming later this week with Bronx Soccer, so stay tuned for that on SheridanMedia.com and the Sheridan Media YouTube and Facebook pages. Have a good rest of your weekend, ladies and gentlemen.